Okay, how about that now? 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 Okay, sorry about that. I guess I had the wrong thing unmuted on OBS. Sorry, I've only been up for about an hour and a half or so. Brain is still turning on. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. Okay, so I'll just recap real quick what I was saying. I've done a little bit of updating on this Lukka deck. Saw LSV doing an update on his a few days ago, so I took a little bit of inspiration. It's not card for card, but we're now playing some Glass Casket. This will help us fight in the cycling match with Flourishing Fox, who can tend to get out of range of some of your damage-based removal like Deafening Clarion and Omen of the Forge, which you can now see is no longer in the sideboard. Had to make some room somewhere, and that card was okay, but I think what we've got going on is a little better now. If you were around last Saturday as well, you'll recall that we ran into a decent amount of Croxa in one or two, maybe even three matches. I don't recall exactly, but Glass Casket also helps there. It's good against Hydrid Krasis, Uro, if we run into any of that kind of nonsense. And even if we're doing something like getting a Flourishing Fox out of here and then bouncing it with the Teferi to reset it, or a Yorion or something like that, that's totally fine. That buys you a ton of time, and again, that's all you really need to do with this deck. You'll notice we've also cut down an Agent of Treachery. I think the idea behind that is we don't really need all 4 copies. I think generally speaking, the perhaps second or third agent trigger tends to be enough to get people to call it and just move on. Whether that be you're actually getting your second or third agent, or you're getting an agent and flickering it with Yorion, or whatever the case might be. So, and these are horrendous in your opening hand, so we're cutting down a little bit on the chance of that happening. I've also cut one of the fires. I'd been talking about that a decent amount. I don't feel like this card is always necessary, and it does contend a little bit with our sideboard plan in some matchups where I want things like Dovin's Veto and Mystical Dispute. I don't always want to be sitting on fires when I have those cards in my hand if I don't also have access to a way to get it off the table, aka Teferi. So cutting this card down to 3 copies, because I do probably want to see one at some point, but it's not overly important to me that we have it every single game. Other cuts, we cut the Elspeth for an Omen of the Sun, the 4th copy. This plays a tad bit better with Yorion. It's not inherently as powerful, but I feel like this is a way to streamline the deck, even just by 1 mana can sometimes make the difference. Also, the life gain is not irrelevant, and it does give us something to do if we're looking to dig a little bit later in the game. And to that effect, again, we're trying this one Witching Well. We only saw it the one time last Saturday, and it was kind of whatever, but I'm not going to judge a card's ability based on one appearance, you know, especially because it just got eaten by a Kaya, which I don't anticipate to happen all that much. Card is really not even a thing in the format. That Niv Mizzet Reborn deck was not what I expected to play against. Last thing to mention here is the Wanderer in the sideboard. This is the other kind of major change in the deck, in addition to 1 additional copy of Deafening Clarion. This matchup, or rather this card, is for the cycling matchup to prevent the Zenith Flare from just like cheesing you out of the game when you are otherwise in control of it, because you don't typically want to be bringing in like Mystical Disputes and Dovin's Vetoes. We had talked about that a little bit. So this card can help you in that regard. It can also pick off big foxes. Again, Fox is kind of the main concern in that matchup outside of Zenith Flare. This is also really pretty good against the Temur Rec deck, I believe. I mean, I haven't had any experience with that, but I have trouble figuring out how they beat this card if it resolves, unless they're playing like Brazen Borrower to get it off the table. Because they can't Explosion you, they can't Explosion it, they can't Storm's Wrath this away. Euro just gets eaten by it. Hydrid Krasis most of the time just gets eaten by it, so like, what do they even do if this thing comes down? And that deck has been picking up a little bit of steam, so that's why we've got that in there. Otherwise, the deck is pretty much how you saw it last week. I guess we did cut 1 Shatter. Again, I think we're probably not playing against quite as many decks where we need Shatter, but we'll see how that plays out. Anyway, I've been talking long enough. Let's get into some games here. And I am going to get some tunes going. Today we're going to be listening to a guy, Little V Mills. Among other things, he does some, what he always refers to as extreme metal or something like that, covers of video game music. So this has got some Killer Instinct tracks, some Zelda tracks, and just an assortment of some other stuff. Mortal Kombat, Shovel Knight, Pokemon, Castlevania, System Shock 2. It's not a particularly long list, so we're probably going to mix it up with something else a little bit later, but let's have some fun. Hopefully we're not in queue for too long. Not sure what's going on with the music, but I will figure that out momentarily. Let's get going. Hand is not particularly exciting, but we do have all of our colors. We have a glass casket and a way to find our third land for Omen. We're on the play, so I'll give it a shot. Yeah, it gives you something to do, Austin. Or something kind of in the background to do your work. Okay, leading on Temple here. Perfect. Plains is exactly what we need. Now our entire hand's unlocked. Okay, so Serrated Scorpion. No Obosh or Luris, so I don't know what the heck this could possibly be. I don't really want to spend Glass Casket on that thing at the moment, so we're going to hang tight for a minute. Sure, okay, so yeah, we're probably going to casket that thing. Play tap land, casket, the Dreadhorde Butcher out of here, and then we'll eat the Serrated Scorpion. Probably with an Omen of the Sun here next turn or so. And this is kind of similar to what I was talking about with the Flourishing Fox, where we can reset cards like this, and you know, if we return this to our hand at some other point, it doesn't really hurt us all that much. So now I think I do want to get this Fires down, but I'm not sure if I want to. Yo, Joe, thanks for the raid, buddy. Welcome everybody from Joe's stream. Joe. Okay, so I think I might want to wait one turn to get the Serrated Scorpion off the table with Omen. I think I'm going to do that rather than play the Fires, because I want to bait him into that, right? Plus, I don't mind getting a card or two off of this Stormfist Crusader. Life total's a resource, we can use it to play with. Especially when we've got 4 points in reserve. Which is Oven, okay. How'd your game go, man? Yeah, we can Stormfist Crusader. Sweet, that's exactly what I wanted to see. Lost very hard, that's unfortunate. Sorry to hear that. Wait, why? Why does it always do that? I don't understand. That same thing happened last week. Yeah, I can feel that, man. Alright, well now that I don't understand at all. So that happened last week when we were playing 2. Tried to double block here, and then it just like didn't take the block. I don't know. Whatever. I think what I want to do this turn is I'm gonna hold Omen to play a second Omen. We're gonna try to make the same play because I don't think that he is going to benefit from just sitting there forever. He's gonna have to attack me, and then we have 2 Omens down. Next turn that we can fire is Yorion, get 4 tokens, 4 life, kind of reset everything. Plus we'll get a couple cards off the Stormfist Crusader here. I'm okay with that. Yeah, it can be a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. I think we ended up winning the match where that happened last week, so it's meh. And this guy is on mono Serrated Scorpion and mono Stormfist Crusader. Alright, so let's not screw this up this time. Let's take it a little slower. Now the question is, I do like getting the cards off Stormfist Crusader, but I kind of feel like I also don't want to let him continue to have too many cards. Yeah, see, alright, we're not doing that crap anymore. Doesn't seem to like that when you're there. Now we're not getting cheesed. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Okay, so there's the thing. Don't try to do the click on two guys and block at the same time. Because apparently Arena doesn't like that. Alright, so we've got fires now. Slam a Yorion. Some blockers going. Sure what our opponent's thinking about. Go. Guess I'm just going to break this now. I don't see any reason why we should hold it. I mean, I guess we could have waited to have a reshuffle on a Narset, but frankly, I don't think that's that important. Here we go. 5 blockers. Back to 18 life, down to 17. If he plays anything substantial, we have Elspeth Conquers Death to take care of it. Otherwise, the board is basically locked up right now. Woe Strider. There is a substantial thing. So, if he wants to throw his entire board away, he can kill my Yorion. I don't think he's going to do that, and he did not. So, let's do this. Let's go ahead with Elspeth Conquers Death to start. We're going to see what he wants to do. Because now he needs to make the decision whether he's okay with his Yorion, and he's totally fine just letting that go, not even using Witch's Oven. So let's do a Narset. Some card flow going here. Apologize for the no audio. I was trying to get some music going, and I turned the in-game audio off. So for the time being, let's just get this back on. Get a little bit of audio. It's great. Just play a land. I don't think I need to attack because my opponent is going to concede the game. Alright, great. I'll roll with that. Alright, so planning this matchup, we're getting the agents out of here. We're going to bring Dream Trawlers, Clarions in, and then we need to cut a couple other cards. I think probably what we're going to do is cut just a pair of Narset. I was considering, well, actually, this card is kind of medium. I'm not sure if this is exactly what we're looking for, but it does shore up a lot of the problems that we're going to run into, like Woe Strider and Mayhem Devil, things of that nature. If he's got like post-sideboard Chandras, you know, Davriels, I don't know, what are people playing in the sideboards of these decks anymore? If you noticed, like I stated at the beginning of the match, there was no Obosh, no Lurrus, nothing like that. So, I mean, can't really put him on exactly what he's playing. This is good against the heck is it called? The 7/6 3-drop that they have to discard a card. So we'll keep this. Narset is not super important here. Need to make sure we stay alive. We've got plenty to do with our mana. Plenty of access to card filtration with the omens and castles and things of that nature. I've seen better hands, but we're on the draw. We have All of our colors. We have Glass Casket. We're going to keep this. We can manage to hit a third land for a Teferi. That's going to be pretty clutch here, and there we go. Okay. So similar to what we did in the previous game, I think what we're going to do is just lock up this Dreadhorde Butcher with the Glass Casket. And then next turn, I want to get the Fairy down, probably roll it up and set up for Steam Vents into Shatter the Sky. We can bounce the Glass Casket back to our hand on that turn, so let's just go ahead and do that. Don't care about Gutter Bones at the moment, because this Dreadhorde Butcher is going to get out of control a little bit faster. Yeah, that's, what's his name from Between the Buried and Me as well, right? Not their main lead player, but the other guy. Not Paul Wagoner, that's the name I couldn't remember. Okay, Scorpion's fine. We could also Omen first, buy ourselves a turn or two of insulation for our Teferi. That might be better for next turn, so let's... What do you do this turn? I'm having trouble thinking of anything that's really going to punish us too much. Just roll up. And even if we don't get to a point where we can Teferi to bounce Glass Casket back to our hand and get, like, max value, that's alright. See, like, here, Teferi's going to take 4. It's fine, doesn't kill him. So we're just going to Steam Vents, pay the Paralife, roll this up. He is going to kill our Fairy with the Dreadhorde Butcher trigger, but that's okay. We've got a backup here. Got a backup, couple of plays for the next few turns, which is Oven. I think I want to just Wrath it now. No, I don't want to do that. Because I don't want him to be able to buy back Gutter Bones. If I can help it. Okay, so he's sending everything at Teferi. Buys back Gutter Bones, what happens? That's his whole turn. Then I can just play Teferi, like bounce Glass Casket, have it in my hand for when he replays it. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. So it's like their other band outside of Between the Buried and Me. Yeah. Don't care about any of this. We're gonna take 2 off Serrated Scorpion, but that's not the end of the world. Wow, he didn't even... What the heck did he spend his mana on? Whatever. I was kind of looking at the chat. I didn't exactly see what had happened there. So here, actually, since we have Lukka now, we're just going to play the land, play the Omen of the Sun on end step, and Lukka into a Dream Trawler. Oh, Wes Houch is in that? Nice. Mayhem, Devil. How does that affect things? We have to make a shark token now. Oh, he must have sacrificed the food. That's what he did. He doesn't have a food, and he used Witch's Oven. Yeah, this is great. Resolves. Okay, so I'm actually going to make a Shark Typhoon token here. Because if I Omen of the Sun and go to Lukka, then he can use the Witch's Oven, sack Mayhem Devil to kill the token, and buy himself a turn, and that might be all he needs to get into it. And I'm not going to have time for this Shark Typhoon and any other. So let's just get a 2/2, make sure we don't use it to the onboard ability that my opponent has access to. He has a shock, but I don't think he's going to have a shock. If he did, he probably had a main deck, and he probably sided them out, I guess. Alright, cool. So now, we're going to go ahead and get this fires down, because it's going to set us up for future turns that are a little bit bigger. And again, if my opponent had a shock, he probably would have done it there. Doesn't know I have Lukka until just now, so it's not like he would have been holding it. Shark out of here. I'm not even going to get the 2 points in. I just don't want to take any chances that are completely unnecessary. Because once we have Dream Trawler down, we can't lose this game. Like, it's almost impossible for us to lose. Unless he, like, levels us and has Farika's Libation or something of that nature. Which, if he does, props to him. But if he doesn't have it, the next turn we're cutting that off with Omen of the Sea. Or Omen of the Sun, rather. Strider. Okay, cool. No problem. So we are now in, what, Platinum? Yeah, Platinum Tier 4. Cool. Easy peasy. Okay, let me take just a moment here. I want to see if I can't get this music thing sorted out, because I would like to have that going here. Give you guys something to listen to. Dead moments. Right. So he's in this. Alright, there we go. Now we've got some tunage going. If the audio needs a little bit of work, just let me know. But let's get right back into it. Thanks for hanging out there for a second. And my nose is itching today. I don't know why. Do we have a nose hair that I need to trim or something? Alright, against unknown opponent, we have pretty much a perfect hand, unless... Okay, they're Kahira, so they're probably like too near the elementals or something like that. I think this is fine. Yeah, that is definitely a Teamer elemental step. How do I want to do this? I think we're going to need to Temple, Fabled Passage for Plains, Island, Castle Arkvale, so we can play the Witching Well next turn. I think I am going to push that, because we'll find another land if we really need it. Nice. I always respect when people send the 0 power guy. Alright, so we crack the Fabled Passage first so that if we push things to the bottom, they don't immediately come back up with the shuffle. So he's got 3 cards in hand. He's probably going to play Hira next turn, so I think we need to find some sort of creature interaction. outside of this Teferi. And I think both of these cards are probably a bit too slow. I mean, the other course of action is we could, next turn, Raugrin Triumph, Birth of Elitis, then Teferi, then Elspeth. Because he's probably going to play something we want to Elspeth, and that'll also let us get to our Lukka. That being the case, we actually don't need this Raugrin Triumph. Because we're not going to draw it, we're going to end up shuffling it away with the Birth. Thanks everyone that's joining in me on this Saturday afternoon. Hope you're having a good weekend. Alright. Okay, we can tango with that Parcel Beast for a little bit. I think I do want to get this Birth down before Teferi and have a blocker. Oh, you know what? We're not going to have double red for Lukka for a little while. But that's okay. I think we'll be alright. Okay, there's the Kahira. And I think what we're going to do this following turn... Another Rizikri. We don't draw Wrath, which would be ideal here. Then I think what we're going to do is just play Teferi, bounce some Parcel Beast. That's going to take him the most amount of time, I think. I mean, you can play it all again, but it's the biggest creature he's got to play. Let's do that. I really don't even care if they kill this Teferi. On track to get it back at some point. So let's just do this. The Teferi's not really what we're looking for. Alright, yeah, I think we're probably just dead here. Unless we can rip a red source for this Lukka, and even then I think we're probably just dead. We're gonna go to 5 next turn. Alright, come on, Wrath. Another thing to the board here. If he does, he's really not respecting Wrath. Alright, well. This is going to be the matchup where we get punished for not playing the full set of Shatter the Sky. Alright, so there's no way I can live here, right? No, there's not. Alright, whatever. That was a pretty awkward draw, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, what do we want here? We just did not have time for that at all. I think oops. Okay, I'm gonna cut the Narsets, some Clarions, and I don't think I want to switch into the Dream Trawler package, necessarily. But really, I mean, the only good things there are to steal in his deck are, like, Nissa, and, like, maybe Omnath. And Omnath only because that's, like, the thing that gets the biggest in his deck. I also don't really want to bring in, like, counter spells all that much, because we're going to be tapping out, like, almost every turn. So maybe I just want to pair our set. Just have, like, a way to refuel the mid to late game. Hard to say. Yeah, well, let's just give this a shot. We've got enough wrath effects now that I think we can keep the board under control a little bit better. And I want to make sure that we can keep the card flow going if we find ourselves in that spot. We have a hand like this that kind of doesn't do much. What do you think? Do we keep this? Kind of leaning towards no. Well, I think because we have the Castle Art and Veil, that gives us something to do. This last casket can buy some time against more threatening creatures. So let's just keep it and see what happens. Well, it is mulliganing as well, so. I guess all we're really missing is like one other thing to make this hand a moderate hand. So we've got a 2, 4, and a 5. If we had like another 2 or a 3 cost or a Wrath or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it, Austin. We'll see what happens. We've got some stuff going on here. None of it is particularly like amazing, but he's on the mulligan to 6, so maybe we'll have some time. I'm going to hold that in my hand for now, because I think if we don't have anything else to do next turn, I just want to cycle that away, try to find some action. Alright, Kahira, so yeah, we're probably just going to casket that. Really just want to mitigate the life loss that I'm taking. Okay, so we draw Lukka, which is not great. That's okay. So yeah, I guess our lands don't particularly matter. It's just a casket. So now that we have fires, like it's fine to play a little bit off curve like this. So if I end up deciding I want to keep this Triome, it's not going to really hurt us too much. There's Omnath, which is kind of beating after having taken Kahira, but it's okay. Now the question is, do I even play this Fires? Because I might want to just cycle Triome. If I don't cycle Triome, what can I do? I can play Fires, and then next turn, Yorion, Lukka, Yorion for Agent. Is that even good, though? That doesn't strike me as particularly good. We take an Omnath that's a 3/3, and we're like super far away from being able to put counters on it and draw cards. I think we just... Do we like put a double Fires in play in case he has a way to kill it? I'm just gonna cycle this Triumph. I think we gotta get something going. Yep. We can always next turn just Fires Yorion for just the body, and then on the following turn play Lukka to steal the Omnath. The other thing is that we have this Castle Art and Veil, so we could just, you know, set up for Art and Veil Lukka. Great. Yeah, we're probably just dead now, unless we can find a Wrath. I wasn't really thinking about Nissa last turn, which I should have been. So would have been a lot better if we had a Fires in play and set up for Lukka, Yorion to steal Nissa. But as it is, we're going to take 1 million damage here. Try to cycle this for a Wrath. And I think we are almost dead here. Alright, well, this is about our only shot. We're gonna take at least 6 here, if not 7. Cavalier of Thorns, good lord. Wow, he doesn't want to push the Omnath out of range of my Yorion. It's kind of interesting. Any reason not to block Omnath here? Feel like a growth spot? No. Whatever. I didn't come here to not make the gutsy calls. This is an island. Oh, right. Yeah, I just died to the freaking stupid Fable Passage. Jesus Christ. Whoops. Here's the pro tip. Don't draw this card at this point in the game, and also don't make stupid blocks. Alright, let's just get out of this matchup. We are so far behind. Alright. That's fine. I mean, I don't expect to play against a lot of team or elementals decks, to be totally honest, so... Kind of like when we played Mono Black last Friday. That was just like out of nowhere. So I'm going to try not to let that cause me to be results oriented. Let's just see what else comes up today. First, of course. Dorian, Mirror, and I only have 2 lands on Bird. I guess we can also cycle Shark Type for it at some point. Whatever. This is not a great keep. I'm not endorsing this keep for anyone else. Alright. So when it comes to situations like this, where you've got Omen and Birth, and you're needing to hit land drops, I just always err on the side of caution, play Birth to make sure you're going to have your land. Because Omen will let us see basically 4 cards over the course of the turn cycle, but that doesn't always guarantee that you're going to have it. Now that we are hitting our land drops, I'm not going to play Omen at this very moment. I'm actually just going to sit here. Let him figure out what he wants to do. Okay, he's got his own Omen. It's alright. I wonder if this is just straight up Esper. Disinformation campaign. Talk about your throwbacks. Alright, let's find maybe a Teferi. Still conquer Zeph and Lukka. I'll keep the Elspeths, but Lukka's gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get this Narset down while we can. I was talking about this a little bit in Joe's stream, right towards the end, but I think cards like Thought Erasure and like especially disinformation campaign, things like that these are not great cards at the moment because we've got companions and top decks that are just super powerful. Alright, so let's hit the Brick City. I just want to get a shark going next on his end step. Omen of the Sun, okay. Yeah, I don't care about that. Don't tell me he's gonna have like mountain fires, Lukka. It just like cheese us into oblivion. Send in both. Okay. I'm not really worried about saving the Narset all that much. I just want to let him commit something like a Teferi or a Narset of his own. So I can Shark Typhoon if he makes the wrong call. That could be the wrong call. I don't know. This is not something I have any experience playing against. Cavalier of Dawn. Destroy up to one non-land permanent. I'm gonna blow up my Omen of the Sun. I don't even think I care about that, honestly. Well, he's gonna get a 3/3 if I don't do that. So let's just do this. I think we need Omen right now. I want to keep the Temple. I probably should have played this Omen for my hand first, honestly. Shove one of these. Alright, so now we just Elspeth Conquers Death, get this Cavalier out of here. He's probably going to have his own, but, you know, what are you going to do? Want that. I'll keep it. I'm not excited about it, but... because I don't really know exactly what my opponent's doing. Yeah, that's what I figured. Because I don't know exactly what he's doing, I want to make sure to leave myself with a safety valve like that. So now, I think I'm just going to bounce this Omen back to my hand. Is that what I want to do? I could Fires first. Got another Shark Typhoon, though. I just want to make a big shark. But I also kind of want to take the opportunity to Teferi. I think this is probably going to need to be our Fires into Teferi turn. And do I care if Teferi fights it? Probably. Well, alright, let's get Fires going. Play a castle, play Teferi. And yeah, let's just roll it up. If he has another Elspeth Conquers Death, he has another Elspeth Conquers Death. Agent of Treachery. Take Fires. Okay. Oh, and then he's gonna take Teferi. Okay. Well. Elspeth conquers death. You know what? Let's just move on. I think we're just so far behind at this point. Not interested in continuing to play that game. Alright, let's get these in here. Get these fires out. Get some caskets out of here. Alright, we'll leave one shatter in. No, do we really want to do that? No, let's leave one fires in. Yeah, scared you. I guess there hasn't really been any lyrics up to this point, so it's probably just unexpected. Alright. This hand. I don't know if we're supposed to keep stuff like this. Like, I guess we can just toss this over. I just really don't like mulliganing with this deck. It doesn't mulligan super well. I mean, you're like drawing agents, 5 casting cost spells. You know, but like there's a chance that this happens on our Moldus 6 and we're just in a worse spot than we are now. At least we have time, though. This matchup isn't going to be fast. I don't care about that. On shuffle. Alright, let's just bluff absorb here. He also counterspell this great. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. What is going on here? My opponent's just on the freaking wave troop deck. Welcome to Platinum. I guess all this stuff is like pretty decent to flicker with Yorion, so shouldn't refit too hard on that. Oh yeah, okay. Wow, the BM, he didn't even attack. Oh, he was probably just scared of another omen, I guess that's fair. Alright, let's shove lands. We don't need lands right now. Alright, so mountain is good. Draw for our mana, but let's cease drawing any lands, please. I just want to get castle out. No reason to Elspeth Conquers Death like an Oath of Kaya or something like that when he's either probably got his own Elspeth Conquers Death or like a Teferi or something like that. I mean, I guess if he bounces ECD with Teferi, it's not that bad for us. And I'd much rather tag this Yorion. Now we're gonna let this trigger resolve, let these triggers resolve, and we're gonna get a Sharp Typhoon. Oh wait, he played a Yorion from hand? Evolve. This plane's out of here. Evolve. Sharp. Okay. now the question is, do you have another agent in the bin? So if I want to keep the shark around, I can Elspeth Conquers Death as Yorion. And then he probably plays another Yorion, flickers the oath, kills the shark. And I'm either going to have to discard this mountain, this agent, or the Lukka. But I think that's okay, because we're going to end up getting, I think, enough value from this Elspeth Conquers Death resolving. And if he does end up I kind of want to play this Lukka. Tell you what, we'll set up to be able to play the Lukka, and if he doesn't, like Yorion to flicker Burglar, Rat, and all that crap, then we're fine. Cavalier, kind of a pain. This also is going to let us just start. Yeah, see right here we can just play our own Agent of Treachery, steal Cavalier. Wow, why did I get this goal? Alright, whatever. I do not understand that at all. No. Alright, well, we've got a castle, he doesn't. I'm not attacking here because there's no point. Not playing Yorion here because there's no point. Temple's fine. We'll just start making some tokens. Hopefully the top of our deck cooperates. Okay, that's a good draw. That was a very timely draw, I would say, on our part, in that Dolan's veto. So we can go ahead and play this. I'm going to keep the planes in my hand, though. There's no reason to, like, just toss this Burglar, grab a bone. Being able to tag our Mystical Dispute, whatever reason. And I don't need my, 8th mana super bad right now. I wonder what that last card in his hand is. It's probably a counterspell of some variety, which is going to make this Shark Typhoon awesome. So now that we have the Shark Typhoon, we're going to play that. Make what, a 6/6? This will be good. This can get through that Yorion. Through Witching Well, I can set that. Got some dudes. So now I think what I'm going to do is send with the Cavalier and the 6/6. Or anything else happens. Yeah, that's fine. Play this Witching Well here. keep the Elspeth Founder's Death. That's probably going to be pretty good here. Not going to play the Temple. Okay. Feel like we got a little lucky there. Alright, so how did this game go? He had Charming Prince, Burglar Rat. He's just like trying to set up max Yorion value. Does that mean I want to have access to one shatter that I can just like kind of reset him? I kind of think that's the case. I think on the draw especially. Maybe we can cut down on a little bit of this Lukka agent business. Like one more shatter in. Not sure. He doesn't seem like he has all that much interaction, which is kind of nice, like outside of getting triggers off of his stuff. But I think what I want to do is just to hedge, I want to have a second shatter. I think Lukka it's not exactly necessary in this matchup. At least it's not feeling like it. If it were not for this Birth of Miletus, I would not keep this hand. But this will give us enough play. And we're on the draw, so I think we're okay. We'll lead Temple into Fountain. Get ourselves a Plains. Get Element with Dispute back up on turn 3. Yeah, that's a good draw. Still think we're going to Temple here. Because I do want to have the double blue up on turn 3. I'm going to hang on to that even though we can't cast it right now because we're not that far away. And it's one of the better cards in the matchup, I think. I could see taking Dispute or Typhoon here. I think anything else is kind of whatever. Oh, what we got? Barry would be my guess. So let's just do this now. He knows we have it. Plus, if we ever draw 5th land, we do have the Lukka element ready to go. Probably Teferi, yep. So just bounce Birth here. Be an interesting call. Bounces nothing. That's an even more bizarre call. Why would he do that? I think I'm going to actually play the Mountain. Just on the off chance we have to discard a land to like a Burglar Rat or something stupid like that. Yeah. Because I want to be able to cast this Lukka, right? So the Plains is less valuable to me, especially now that we have Mark Veil for a second white source. And I am going to cycle Sharp Typhoon here. That's why I didn't play the LNC. I do want to kind of keep this Teferi getting out of control too much. Exactly as I expected. Discarding the Plains, even though we do want to hit our 5th mana, because I believe we'll probably be fine on that front. Got basically 3 cards to see it until we actually brick. Then I want to keep all this other stuff that's just gas. I would have discarded the Dispute if I had had it. Maybe I was supposed to cycle first. I just cycle the Shark Typhoon now. No, I'll let him take it if he wants to. I think he probably is going to be scared enough of Lukka that he has to take Lukka. I'd much rather make a 2/2 Shark this turn if I can. Yeah. Yep, that's right. Some life here. Let's attack this fairy. And I'm just gonna say go. So now we're in a position where we can cycle, not circle. We can cycle this Shark Typhoon and have a creature that we can actually one-hit to fairy if we can possibly manage to draw a 5th land next 2 cards. Again, Elspeth Conquers Death. Yep, get this Elite Guard Mage out of here. So, brick on his land. Hopefully that continues to happen. Let's go there, get a point in. And now, if you can't get this Elspeth Conquers Death off the table quick enough, then we are going to be threatening to get our Lukka going. And we actually now have this Mystical Dispute, which is kind of cool. Let's see, so I want to make sure I don't have Yorion come down, so I want to hang on to Dispute. And I want to hang on to Treachery, I think. Maybe not, maybe I can... I might just need to muscle this guy to be able to beat him. So let's just get rid of the Omen there. So now, I think I just let the Elspeth do its thing. I'm actually going to shock here because I want to be able to make a token with Castle Ardenvale and Mystical Dispute if he goes for a thing that I want to dispute that's also blue. Like if he goes Yorion here. It's not a huge difference, but the 2 damage doesn't matter to me. So let's just do that. Get back our Lukka. Before we do anything else, I think we just start taking these lands. Just pinch him as much as possible. Exile. I think I actually want to exile the 1/1. Do I? And we'll just do the 0/4. 1/1 will trade with Burglar Rat if he wants to do that. And I am actually going to take him off of the white sources, I think. Because I don't want him to have access to that if I can help it. And I can't realistically cut him off of blue. Not interested in playing Narset here because I do, again, want to keep Dispute up. I think he's probably likely to go to Yorion very soon. Okay, well, he's likely to go to the I'm conceding portion of the match soon. Okay, so that was a bit of an odd match. Alright, we've got some goodies. Card style boot nipper. Just what I always wanted. Before we do that, let's get some packs here. Got a mythic, very nice. Stormfish Crusader or whatever. And a Karuga. Okay, whatever. So I'm going to take just a very brief break. I'm going to go get something to drink. So I will be back momentarily. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the content. Okay. Now we've got something to drink, wet our whistle, hopefully clock our opponents. So what have we played so far? We played against the weirdo red-black, like, sacrifice deck that did not have a companion. We played against the Teamer Elementals deck that just kicked our teeth in. And then weirdo Yorion, blinking Esper, mid-range pile. Let's take a quick look here. Is there anything I want to change? Anything that's not feeling great? I don't think we've had a large enough sample size to really say for certain one way or another. So, let's just keep grinding the games. Brain Eater. This feels like a bait hand. Like a hero. Be elementals again. This or Hallowed Fountain, we'd be in good shape. I don't think we can keep that. Okay, this hand's much better. I think I am going to push. I'd even just push the Triumph here, honestly. That way we have Temple into Plains and the Castle. Yeah. Yeah, let's just push this thing. I don't need that. Definitely don't need a third. Pushing the Triome. Had a feeling we're not going to need 4 lands in our opener based on what we had. Our opponent is on the mono slow hand. I like it. Keep the Omen. Shove the Triome again because I don't think we're going to need the land that bad. I don't want to be flooding out if this guy starts going wild on us. I'll just raw dogs the Kahira on an empty board. Okay. So do we Omen and then try to get him with the white Omen next turn? just try to be as mana efficient as possible. I think I like trying to hit him. All these triumphs out of my way. Man, if we can get to a point where we have all 4 of these omens in play and then get some sweet Yorion action, that'll be great. Alright, well, see what happens here. Okay, is this like the Gruul? Yeah, this is like the Gruul. What do you call it? Fire's deck. I think I'm just gonna ECD this shifting Ceratops. That's gonna set us up for like a really sick Yorion turn next turn. Also keeps him from being able to use this mana on this Bonder's Enclave. I think that's okay. We've got a life total to play with. You just use 2 mountains. Okay. He doesn't have like a 3rd big thing. Kinda seems like it does, if he probably would have slammed it, would be my guess. I stand corrected. We're gonna take, what, 16 this turn? Alright, it's alright. We're gonna gain 2 up to 6. Eat one of these Cavaliers and be able to trade off one if it comes to that, or we can buy a couple turns with Yorion, or the tokens on Omen, Chump, so we can bounce with Teferi. Just do this. I don't really care about him having fires if he doesn't have that many cards in hand. Because at this point he's basically going to be able to cast whatever the hell he draws anyway. And he's done like kind of the biggest turn I think his deck is going to produce. I am going to take this Shatter on the off chance we need to use it. I'll push that to Fairy. I will take the land though. So how many lands? 3 lands, so let's see, like dumps a bunch of stuff into the bin. Cavalier block and kill it relatively easily. Vivian Monsters Advocate. Holy shit, he had 3 Cavaliers in his opener. My god. Alright, well. This has to block here. There, and there. Glad I kept that frickin' Shatter the Sky, but we're gonna die. I guess we're not completely dead. We could have... We can have a turn where we Earth, Omen, Steam Vents, and then next turn we'll get Yorion back. Let's think about this. So we Omen, get the tokens, Steam Vents. What's her plus do again? Beast token. I think the thing is we're going to need to have step and play for Yorion next turn, so I've got to have a moment. I also want to gain a little bit of life. If we do it this way, in the end, we'll end up receiving 6 life. Or 8 life, I guess we have 2 omens. So provided he doesn't rip anything here, I think we'll be okay. As long as we don't screw up the block here like we've seen Arena is wont to do. This. 4 to 8. Perfect. Oh my god, he has Ember Cleave? Get out of here. Alright, buddy, alright. Banger, 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 banger. Alright, so what do we need to do then, if that's the case? I just want to be a counterspell deck in this matchup. Like, just go into like a full control deck. No fires. Off of Agent, and like that, and cut some cards somewhere. I don't know how good Glass Casket is against him. Probably not very good. Probably cut that. Cut one Lukka. Like these only counter like planeswalkers and fires, so I don't know if that's good enough. Let's see, like, do we want to have like one Deafening Clarion? I guess this counters Cleave too. That's a hard call. I guess if we just play this like a control deck, he'll do like that. One Deafening Clarion just in case. Yeah. If we just play like a control deck and make sure he like stays off fires and off of his like super big payoff cards with counter spells, then I think we'll be okay. Yeah, this hand is fine. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. That'll give us something to do if we don't end up having to burn this Dolan's Veto at some point. Next turn you can play Kahira. That's right, we've got Shatter the Sky to clean all this stuff up. Oh, he's doing this on his turn? I think that was a mistake. This is good though, this will buy some Graph Digger's Cage. Okay. You can always bounce out with Teferi if we really need to. I'm not gonna play this Plains. Care that he knows about it. You get a second blue source and play though. Fires of Invention. No, we didn't come here to not counter Fires of Invention with Open's Veto. Especially if we were just going to draw another one. Wants to spend his Thrashing Brontodon to destroy my Omen of the Sea, then I am perfectly fine with that. I think I'm just going to keep it to Barry. I don't think I want the grenades. What do we do here? Fairy, just roll it up. I have a feeling that's what I want to do. You can keep anything like too stupid from happening. With this Dovin's Veto. So next turn, okay, so I'm gonna play Kahira. I think what I'm going to do then is just, I'm gonna Wrath anyway. I'm not gonna do this 0-4, I don't think. And it could also do something like keep it around next turn Lukka and get a Dream Trawler. Is that any better? Kind of feels worse because. So if, let's see, if I don't block Thrashing Brontodon, then I can't bounce Graph Digger's Cage and do the Lukka thing. If I do that play, Barry ends at 1, I have a Dream Trawler versus all of his board. I think I'd rather just Wrath him. Keep the Fairy around. See where he wants to send stuff before we react.
Do you feel the fear swell inside that filthy?
Alright, he just wants to get Barry off the table big time. Shatter, it's whatever. Give him a card, but what are you gonna do? Teferi is worth pretty much more than anything that he could draw in his deck, in my opinion. Keeps him from Ember Cleaving us, like, too bad. You know, stuff like that. just bounce that thing. Bounce it, play Yorion, set up for next turn to Lukka into a Dream Trawler. Kinda like that. Dish. Nexus Grab Diggers for us. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Force him to pick up his stuff, like, recast it every turn. It's probably good for us. Alright. So have the Dovin's veto up in case he tries to do any shenanigans. We're gonna get the Shatter out of here. We have the Elspeth Conqueror's Death. No, it's better. I think we're in good shape.
She is more than able to take away.
You got it, buddy. Kinda wish I had a Narset in play. These Cavalier triggers a little worse, but I don't think it matters. My turn. So now, what do? We can... I think we can buy one more turn of not doing the Lukka for Dream Trawler plan. I think we just roll Teferi up, play Elspeth Conqueror's Death to get this Cavalier off the table. Next turn we can... We could do a number of things next turn, so I'm just gonna do that. Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Cavalier's out of here. And I'm not gonna attack because if he plays Questing Beast, I do want to block it. I'm not like dead set on having to get Dream Trawler next turn. Ceratop's the thing, I guess. That's annoying. But we're not totally out of it. So we can Narset this turn. I do want to continue doing the Crack Fable passage before we put stuff on the bottom with Narset plan. We could make a token to block the shifting Ceratops if we really need to. I mean, I guess you can give it trample, but whatever. We're going to get a Teferi back. This doesn't stop. Yeah, that only stops creature cards back in the graveyards. But I think I'm still going to take another Teferi just in case. And I do want to make a token rather than play anything in my hand. So I can sacrifice that to Lukka next turn. Because we're going to pick up that Graph Digger's Cage. Graph Diggers, rather. Questing Beast, okay. not going into the questing piece, huh? That's interesting. It's not killing Narset. Yeah, let's take 5, whatever, man. Care about that. Let's do that. So now we can't respond to anything, which is really nice. You can draw a card, that's about as much as you'll be able to do. So let's get this Grafdigger's Cage off the table. Then Lukka. Tap intelligently here. Both red, so Lukka. That out of here. Got another Dream Trawler. Don't worry about any of that. Let's get a card. So there's shuffle here. I do want to play the Witching Well this turn. Set that up for next turn. And all that. Turn. I'm not going to attack with Yorion because I'll trade that off for Questing Beast if he brings that in. Not going to Dove and Speedo the Grafdigger's Cage because I have this backup to Fairy that I can bounce it with, execute the same play if it really comes down to that. Okay. Not really anything I can do about that. So now we're just going to make a Moment of the Sun. Block both of his shifting Ceratops, and then we'll eat the Questing Beast with Yorion. I guess we could just let no, because if he plays Grafdigger's Cage post-combat, we're going to want to make sure that we don't get wrecked by that. Well, get to Fairy, though. Yeah, we'll keep one of them around. He's going to still get across for, 9 damage here, but yeah, I don't care about that. Yorion has served their purpose. Yep. Card. Let's do this because we can. That's okay. Very, yes. This one. out of here. Oh my god, are you kidding me? What are the freaking chances, man? Just... Alright, whatever. Okay, so that being the case, we could shatter this guy. We just do that. I mean, we could just kill him next turn. Double Dream Trawler. Unless he has exactly Embercleave. But you can't. If he plays Embercleave, he has to do it main phase because we have to bury in play. That's going to take most of his mana to do. I don't think that matters, though, does it? How do we not lose to Embercleave? Is there a world where we can not lose to it? I mean, we could Shatter, right? That's the way we don't lose to it, but... I guess Shatter into... holding up Dovin's Veto in case he has, like, Planeswalker or something behind is probably best. We can play Dream Trawler on the following turn. It's just a gamble, right? Like, we don't know what he's going to do here. Either of these two are defensible plays. This doesn't lose to Embercleave. This does, but it also kills him on the next turn. So if he doesn't have it, that's the question. We can also Shatter and then make blocker if we absolutely need it. Yeah, I think we just have to... I guess we don't have enough to do both. I think we just have to take the safe line here. I don't like it, but... yeah, alright. I'm not going to roll the Lukka up. I still don't think it's really worth trying to go for the ultimate, especially because it's freaking 4 turns away that we're going to be able to do it. I don't care about that now. We had friggin' like 50 cards in our library and we happen to draw the damn Dream Trawler. Off the Teferi bounce, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can have 10 mana max. Wonder if I just need to make a big shark here. Need 6 mana to trade with that. Questing Beast. If he has an Embercleave, I need it to be at least a 6/6. If I shock here, he's like kind of incentivized to go for Embercleave. Maybe I can do both. if I can, like, get him to send in, go for Embercleave, and get that Dovin's vetoed and lose his Questing Beast. And I can play Dream Trawler on the following turn. So we can still make the same play here. So he has... Can't have two Embercleaves, right? So 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't need to make it any bigger. Could play around like Collision Colossus, but I highly doubt he's got that in his hand. So, might as well. Elspeth Conquers Death. That's what I would like to draw. Okay, that is not an Elspeth Conquers Death. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can Dream Trawler and make a token to block with Castle Ardenvale. That play loses to Embercleave now. Still, I think that's probably our only real shot at getting back into this game. Could also cash in Witching Well to try and draw Elspeth Conquers Death, but I think that's probably just tap. I guess we need that. We need 2 white. Need that. So we can do this. Do that. Alright, so we can take 1 turn off from him having some giant, hasty, big goddamn play that I think we can escape and smash. Or at least we'll set ourselves up to escape it. Put a stop on my turn as well. Alright, so if he has Embercleave, he has Embercleave. Can't really do anything about it now. Wow, okay. I don't know what that's all about. A Gem Razor, huh? Is he gonna pick off my Witching Well? Oh, he's just casting it. Okay. Alright. I guess I was thinking about Kraken. Boom! That's exactly what I was looking for. I was thinking about cracking one of my omens to dig during the draw step, but the fact that we're at 5 now, I'm like way less concerned about having to make a play like that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pick off the Shifting Ceratops with Elspeth Conquered Death, see what happens first, and then we'll get in with Dream Trawler. Gem Razor has Reach and Trample, but I really don't care about that. I just do not want this pro-blue creature in play. So, let us attack. No death touch, right? Yep. Alright, so now we can just make a big shark. No reason to pay any life here. We're just gonna make a big shark and threaten to kill him next turn. Can't stop that. Quartzwood Crasher is big, but it does not have haste. Right? Yeah. I will take 4 damage. I think we have this definitely Clarion that we boarded at one of. Let's make a 4/4. And let's hope that he does not have a way to disrupt the units. Have to pay 1 million more mana for that, so... Reach. Die. Alright. Snuck out of that game. Okay, so what happened that game? He had a bunch of X4s that I can't ever kill. Is the Wanderer any good here? I hadn't really considered that. He's got a lot of frickin' giant dudes. That might actually be all here. I think I like that over Dolan's Veto, pretty sure. Yeah, if that's what we're gonna do, I think... I mean, I don't know if this card's actually good or not. Maybe we just want some fires in. Gem Razor's kind of a pain in the ass for that. But, I mean, whatever. If he has Gem Razor, he has Gem Razor. He's going to want to fight over this card, too, so I think it's probably okay to have some fires in here. We'll have disputes, like, kind of just as a, you know, maybe it comes up. If we can, like, tag Cavaliers or something like that, that would be good. This card, actually, holy crap, I hadn't thought about that. This goes every creature in his deck that isn't Arboreal Razor. That seems good to me. Alright, Wanderer. Time for you to prove your sideboard worthiness. Oh man, getting to bring it back with Elspeth Conquers Death? Oh. Alright. This hand could get a little trapped. I think it'll be okay. Okay, that's way better than Arboreal Razor. For us. We have a Ceratops, so mana shouldn't be a problem now. Alright, so I think we have to get a mountain with this and then play castle next turn so we can vary into fires. that way we don't necessarily fall behind. We lose out on turn 2 Omen of the Sea, but Omen is good anytime. I'm not really concerned about that. Alright, we hit Birth for our 5th land, which is excellent. So we're just going to play Teferi here. Can't haste me with the Shifting Ceratops quite yet. So we're just going to get that out of here. So next turn, we fires into... Sure. Yorion, okay. We're going to fires. The question is, what do we... We got the 5th land wrapped up now. You can eat both of our planeswalkers next turn, that kind of sucks. I think we just play Bird. Because we're going to Elspeth Conquers Death the Shifting Ceratops, and Birth will be able to give us some time to block this Kahira and all that. Plus, if we can get this Elspeth Conquers Death, Yorion rolling, this is going to be kind of a tough game, I think, because they have fire, so maybe we're going to have to Elspeth Conquers Death that. Hard to say. Okay, so at least here he can't Ceratops with haste and draw a card off Bonder's Enclave. There is that, I suppose. We're going to lose our Teferi here. Oh, and he has Cavalier. Good lord. So we're taking 16 this turn. Holy crap. Man, if only this had been a Dovin's Veto and we could counter that Fire's Invention. What is he doing? Tapped out, man, and I have Fires. I can't play anything. Shatter this guy. I guess we can cycle Triome. We can cycle Triome, we can play Narset, dig for it, and we can play Elspeth Conquers Death, so we can do a lot of things this turn. Alternatively, we can Plains. Well, we're not playing Triome, so we can play Plains. Oh, we can't actually make a token, though, so never mind. I was going to say we could make a token to block Cavalier, Elspeth Conquers Death, Shifting Ceratops, and just play Narset. But we don't have the double white because we're on mono one-colored mana sources. So let's just cycle this before we make any decisions. Okay. I think I would like to hit a Shatter here, so I'm prioritizing this over Elspeth Conquers Death first. Yeah, it's not. Of course, now. I think we just have to hit this Cavalier. We have to hit shifting Ceratops so he can just trample us for lethal. The Cavalier I can at least block entirely. I can just chunk it. Unfortunately, I can't make a 1-1 with Shark Typhoon. That would be good. Alright, well that's just it. I mean, unless he misclicks, that's our only out. Alright, figured out the line. Whatever. What on earth is going on in Platinum, man? Like, every round we played against some, like, kind of wacky stuff. I mean, I know Gruul Fires is a thing. I have seen that running around a little bit, but it's like every deck has just been, like, nothing we've seen. Any Mythic Suite there? And any other, like, stream that I've done so far. Upwarded, whatever. Alright. Maybe instead of this, I want the 4th copy of Shatter the Sky in the board for, like, the matchups we've been playing. This card would have been awesome to draw at any point in that game after turn 4. Alright, yeah, should keep the rest as is. Okay, let's see if we can't figure out what the hell's going on in Platinum, because everything seems weird. It's Yorion. Sure. Hand isn't great, but it has a lot of digging potential with Open of the Sea and Temple in the opener. Alright, so this is probably the ban control deck. We want that. I think we can do better. Okay. Deepkin's kind of weird. Hide the fact that we have white mana. I don't know how perceptive people really are to that kind of thing, but you never know. Okay, the Druid is throwing me off here. Okay, this is like Temur Elementals with Yorion then. I'm really glad I pushed that Agent of Treachery then. Because we're just not going to have time to get to that, I don't think. And I'm really glad I added that Shatter to my sideboard. Cool. Just bounce this Druid. Hamper his mana development a little bit. Or is it better to bounce the Omen? I am unsure. Next turn he could play, if he has... If we bounce a Druid and he has a green source, he can play like Cavalier. If he plays Omnath and a land, he can use the Druid to kill Teferi if we bounce Omen. I think I'm just going to try and hamper his mana development a little bit. He's going to be several mana sources ahead of us if we don't interrupt this a little bit. This could be the wrong play, I don't know. We've got some things to do, but we're on one-way ticket to Clunktown at the moment. Okay, so... Teferi. kind of think I want to skip out on fires this turn. Because I just have to cycle one of these stupid triomes. I think. This is like the exact same situation that came up last Saturday, in that I want to cycle this rather, and play this, but you lose equity on your scry here if you end up wanting to keep the card and then draw the Triumph. But if I tap out for Triumph first, then he just gets free reign to do whatever he wants. But whatever. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay, so we got paid off a little bit. And I am going to cycle Triumph. Big 5, whatever. Yeah, forget about that. Got his bin too. I mean, Elspeth comp has been pretty bad here, so I might even just cycle this Omen of the Sea so we can dig harder. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, Shatter serves a similar purpose. So if we Shatter here, then you can potentially throw next turn. I think that's okay. This fires. I'm gonna hold one of these. Grab an hold both of these Triomes. Don't cycle both probably next turn. So now we're in a position where we could rip Castle off the top and Lukka. Okay, so he's got Agent of Treachery. Does he have like Thassa in his deck? Probably. Okay, Glass Casket is not what we're looking for. Howard Mountain is not what we're looking for. See if we can draw into actual anything that does anything at all. Omen. Right, I guess we'll beat with Omen. I don't think I want Castle here. Like, we've just got too much land, and we've got enough castles in the deck, and other ways to generate bodies that I don't think we're going to need to go down. I mean, the other thing is that we could be setting up next turn to castle with Lukka, get Agent of Treachery, then flicker it with Yorion. He has two big things, we can take him next turn, so maybe Castle is the call here. Alright, I'm willing to see what happens. And I kind of hate that I don't have anything else that I can use my mana on, or a spell that I can cast, but I think playing this out is premature at best. So yeah, like if he goes for Uro this turn, then we can... Okay, so this... Yeah, this is, I think, gonna end up working out okay. Because he's gonna get like some fat off of this, and we can just like cherry pick the best stuff. Yo, Kenzie, what's up, yo? Let me say yo a few more times. What are you up to today? Wait, did he like just hit land off of that? Holy crap. Please tell me he's gonna play a Euro. Oh, he can't. He doesn't even have the freaking the requisite mana to do it. Watching Harmon Quest, what the hell is that? Is that another streamer? Okay, so here we're just gonna make the play we talked about. If he has like counter magic, whatever. He has counter magic. No, what is it? Alright, so we're just gonna take his Cavalier. Just have bodies. He's got so much mana now we can't cut him off of anything. And then I'm going to play Omen. Because I want to save this Yorion for next turn. So they're doing like tabletop comedy LOL stuff. Yeah, D&D. Mythos. So he makes a copy. Gonna take fires. Oh, okay. I think that was probably a misclick on his part. LOL. Mythos of Illuna. Okay, that's fine. I think you probably meant to take the Agent of Treachery, fight a token. That's probably what you meant to do. Okay, so now, that's pretty good too. We're gonna get to do everything this turn. So I want to, wow, this is gonna be an insane turn. I want to Agent of Treachery, stealing Omnath, play a land, the counter on Omnath, draw a card, then use Elspeth Conquers Death to kill Agent of Treachery token, Yorion back everything, take the Uro, or I could take... Alright, let's just do this one step at a time here. Let's get this out of here. I think I want the Uro more than I want the Omnath. Even though I don't get to draw a card this turn. Because then he's going to want to cast the Uro on the following turn. And now we can kill both of his big permanents with Elspeth Conquers Death. Let's do that. Get a land into play, I suppose. Play... Good attack. Cavalier, I guess. Yeah, it's a good time. Alright, so we're going to do all this. We're going to flicker all of this stuff and blow this guy's ass off. And all this sick value. And I'm just going to take a land. I don't care about taking this Agent of Treachery. That's cool. Are you and Shad watching that? Nice. Got there. Or is he busy doing something else? He didn't want to play against the sweet Yorion value. Oh yeah, the goddamn Cheetah Men theme. That China on the upbeat. Alright, where are we at with things? You'll notice that I do this a lot where after like every match I'm going to come in and look at things, reevaluate how I feel about what happened in that game, and, you know, not necessarily because of the game, but how my deck is performing. I think that was a little bit of a shame concede too, because I'm fairly certain he messed up the Mythos of the Luna thing and like didn't fight the thing he meant to fight. All that stuff. I guess this is fine. We haven't really been playing against too much where Glass Casket's been good outside of that first match. I don't know how many of these I actually won. We haven't been playing against decks where this has been very good. But we have been playing against decks where this would be pretty solid. I'm going to make a controversial call here. Put a third Wanderer in. Alright, let's keep going. I'm going to be streaming this particular situation for the next probably 45 minutes or so. Maybe 2 matches, maybe just this one, see how long it goes. It's a disgustingly expensive hand. I can roll with this. We'll see what happens. I don't want to stream like all freaking day on Arena. I think we're just gonna do this Lukka. We don't really have anything going on for that. So I'll probably end up taking a couple hours off. And coming back at like 8 o'clock with something else. Whether that's something retro or otherwise. So this is Obosh Mono Red, so Glass Casket's actually going to be good here. Do we want to kill the Initiate? What's he going to have on turn 2? Like, Robber of the Rich or something? I don't really want to spend Glass Casket on a stupid Grim Initiate if I can keep away from it. Oh, you can't play Robber of the Rich, he's on Obosh, that's right. Alright, so do we just... What's he gonna have next turn? Oops. We have Annex. Let's just take our time here. We're not under a lot of pressure. We can use our life total as a resource. Phoenix of Ash, also on the radar. So now we can Glass Casket, Phoenix of Ash, and feel a lot better than that instead of using it on Grim Initiate. Hopefully he doesn't do that. Hopefully he like just spits crap out and then we can wrath him next turn. Phoenix of Ash. to smack us for as much as possible. It's fair. We are drawing some of the worst cards in our deck against him, but we do have this Shatter. Let's see what he does here. I don't think we're winning this, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, alright, whatever. Drawing Agent of Treachery, Narset, and multiple Elspeth Conqueror's Death against this crap is not what I want to be doing. Let's get these out of here. Narset's out of here. This. Mystical Dispute is certainly worse than pretty much anything else we've got going on, but I don't know exactly what else I want to bring in. I guess we want to Shatter. Some argument to keeping Narset in case we get to the point where we're casting a couple of them. And as much as I lament drawing multiple copies of this in the opening hand, it is nice being able to have an answer to deal with like Annex, Embercleave, Tibble, Chandra's of varying capacity, so I don't know. I kind of don't want to cut it. If the Wanderer could exile the Phoenix, that would be better, but because it can't. I guess since we're on 6 rats now, we're probably going to need some card advantage at some point. We can, like, distract him by throwing Narset down and stuff like that. Let's just see what happens. This is the one matchup where I wish I had that Deafening Clarion. I wish I had a different hand. This hand is atrocious. We could turn 1 Witching Well. We have an Omen though. We could find a land, then maybe we can do something with this hand. This is pretty bad though. No. All of this stuff has to go. Really need to find some land here. Okay, so that is the end of that playlist here. We're going to take 4 down to 15. That's okay. What do we want to have going on? Light up the stage. It's alright. We did not draw land, so we've probably lost this game. You can see I'm kind of checked out already. About... Whatever, happens sometimes. Alright. So it's not. His vetoes have been somewhat unimpressive, just overall, to be honest. Haven't really been playing against things that like care about this card. To be fair, we haven't really been playing against anything that cares about Mystical Dispute either. We had that one matchup against the Esper deck that, you know, had stuff like that, but let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that, and I don't know, I guess now that we have a third Wanderer, maybe this isn't as necessary. We can have like another Deafening Clarion for matchups like that where we need a little bit faster. Let's try that. And then we have one more spot to play with. I don't want to have just like mono rats in the sideboard, you know, so I'm okay with that. And I guess we'll keep the veto in there. Let's do this. Just unfavorite all this crap. And that should push Yorion to be where we want it. There we go. Alright. Let's have some draws that don't involve like super variants like that. I guess another Olash deck with Casket Shatter. We have to keep this, cast everything on time. So that makes me want to get on Triumph first. So next turn we can Earth into Temple, Glass Casket on turn 3. The sooner we can get this into play, the better. And again, the whole scrying and shuffling your library, you know, negative equity interaction is not something I'm real happy about. So leading on Triumph there is the call, in my opinion. Alright, so we can Vantress here, Earth for Plains. Then next turn we can Temple into Glass Casket with a blocker. It's like the exact same draw that we just faced in Game 1 of the previous match. So next turn, ideally, we should only be taking 1 damage. Blocker. These champions out of here. Play this. Push a land that I don't want. And cross our fingers. Okay. Alright, whatever. Just had it all. Okay, so Narsets out of here, Agents out of here, Clarions, Trawlers. Right, we're gonna keep a couple Narsets in. Alright. Cool. Glad we made the changes we did make to include that Clarion. Because if I could have Clarioned on turn 3, it would have been in phenomenal shape that game. Alright, this is okay, it's not great. I think we are gonna shock to... Are we gonna shock to Witching Well? go ahead and do it. Let's live a little. Don't really want to ferry, I don't think. I'll take the mountain though. Mountain's good. Just gonna do Omen of the Sea, of course. No point, don't care. I mean, if my opponent was stuck on one land, if I had known that, I would have kept the ferry. Okay, so potentially next turn, this entire turn is going to be Heraldic Band. Let's see what we can find here. I definitely do not want that. I'll keep the Sacred Foundry. So, if I had a pain-free way to get a blue source into play, I would play it here, play Narset, and like make him have to make the choice of whether or not he wants to kill Narset or like do as much damage to me as possible. So I honestly think he has to play this Heraldic Banner. He doesn't have to, but he's going to want to if he can get max value off his light up the stage. If he does that, I take 4, 13, 11 if I play Narset. This at least lets us like use our mana this turn to do something proactive rather than just like cycle Omen of the Seas or something stupid like that. I still don't think I want this to ferry. So next turn I'm going to probably end up deafening Clarion. Following turn after that, play land 5, Birth of Elitis for 6 land and control. So, yeah, let's just do that. Okay, cool. Alright, that's fine. Not actually gonna kill Narset. That's interesting. Let's do this before we misclick on something. All that crap out of here, so he's gonna have a 1/1 left over or whatever. Like this. I think I want Omen. That's like fantastic for us. Sort of. Right, things are getting a little scary here. Alright, so because we have the Sacred Foundry, I think now we might just want to, and we have all the mana we're going to need to actually get that going. I think we just have to play Yorion. Let's have a big blocker. Can't Obosh us next turn, so that's good. Alright, so it is going to matter how I sequence this. So I want the Omen trigger first. I almost don't hate picking a pain-free way. So if I have to shock next turn, what ends up happening? 4, 2. So you get 3 Trawling Blade and I die to Stomp or shock. I think I kind of have to keep planes. Alright, that should be fine. I guess I could Earth into Omen next turn. That gets us immediately into a better life total. Gives us a couple blockers. I could just die, you know. That's also a thing. Holy crap, what is going on? I'm just getting black and blue. If we play against one more Obosh deck, I'm going to make some main deck changes. Because I'm just not equipped to fight that very well in the main deck. I'm almost tempted to go down to 2 copies of Agent of Treachery as well, because I feel like we're seeing those a lot more than I want to. Alright, we're getting some Luris. Alright, this is where Glass Casket's gonna have to prove itself. We talk a lot about Casket versus Flourishing Fox. Obviously, we don't have a Glass Casket right now, but at some point. We're on the slowest lands of all time. Everything comes to play tapped in this game. It's okay, I don't mind playing against this deck. This deck is a little less scary to me than Mono Red. Crap. I think we're just gonna die. Like 8 this turn to 5. Like 9, 4. I actually don't think there's a single thing that gets us out of this now that I think about it. Because we're not going to have 4 mana and a Wrath this turn. I guess we can have Omen to gain a couple life and block. That's about it. Able to block Valiant, Rescuer, and Flourishing Fox. Take 2, break even, go to 3. I guess we're going to go 2. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to stop this. Or like, interrupt it, I guess. Yeah, alright, whatever. The slowest mana of all time. I've been kind of less and less impressed with Shark Typhoon as a card in this deck for a while now. It's like been whatever. Whatever, let's give this a shot. Bringing the Wanderer in to keep him off the Zenith Flare plan. But I can't bring in counterspells in this matchup because they just like are way too bad against what he's doing. Alright, this at least, like, can make plays at some point. Yeah, so like next turn, he spends a couple turns beefing up, or a couple cards beefing up this Flourishing Fox. I can just bounce it with the Fairy. Else and he didn't cycle for damage. I don't know exactly what that means, but I do know it means we're getting this Flourishing Fox off the table. Go away, Flourishing Fox. Kindly leave. Draw Wrath, okay, that's a good draw. really strange to me that he didn't cycle. I'm gonna make a token here with Shark Typhoon. Trade with Tyrannus Stinger. I'm really surprised that he didn't decide to get some counters on his Flourishing Fox on turn 2. He just like let it get a point and called it good. Don't care about that. So now that he's got all that crap going on, we can Shatter the Sky comfortably. He also can't get a card off Flourishing Fox. Care about that. Sweet deal. Alright, I think I'm just gonna play Fires this turn. Fires into Witching Well, and then next turn we can start going ham with Shark Typhoon. Let's pay a couple life here. I think I want either of these. If I just like cast a Shark Typhoon here, what happens if I do that? I don't think he has a way to get rid of it, right? Yeah, let's just freaking slam a Shark Typhoon. Alright. I do want to make a Shark and draw a card off of this, rather than have double Shark Typhoon. That's worth. You're just sending both at me. Alright, I'll make a 4-4 for these guys. Maybe. This is a combo, Shark Typhoon and Lukka. Alright, so we're going to... hope that he doesn't have another Zenith Flare, I guess. What do I want to do? I'm going to get both Dream Trawlers in play this turn. I think I just want to get this out of here. Let's see, how many cyclers does he have? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I play Deafening Clarion, I get Lifelink, I go up to 10, and then I can Lukka. Lukka away one of the tokens from Dream Trawler. That'll keep us from dying. And I mean, he's got other cyclers in hand, I guess, but alternate cost, lifelink, okay. Then we cast Lukka here. Another shark. Exile this shark, get a Dream Trawler. Temple. Don't want that. Alright, don't cycle me into Oblivion and send another Zenith Flare to my face, please. Luris. Alright, I like Luris. I'm going to crack this Witching Well rather than make anything else in play, because I don't really need to do that. And I would like to get some crads. Wanderer is perfect there. That is exactly the card we were looking. I guess I could have waited to do that on this turn to draw some extra cards with Dream Trawler, but that's alright. Do this before we forget. Smack. Do a little Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Luris. And I'm going to show him Wanderer, even if we still have a game to go. Because I don't care. There, now he can't Zenith Flare us. And he has no hope of actually killing us with creatures. Alright, Wanderer coming in the last moment. Okay, so anything we want to change here. 6 Wraths, some Glass Caskets, Crawlers. So, I immediately got to see how good Shark Typhoon was given that particular game, but honestly, I mean, that probably could have been any other 6-mana card, we would have been doing just as fine. Although I do think this is kind of cute, Lukka with Shark Typhoon. Maybe I want like 1 veto over a Fires or something like that. Or like over an Elspeth Conqueror's Death. I'm willing to believe that, especially on the draw. That gives us basically 3 cards that will protect us from a lethal Zenith Flare. I don't think this hand is where we want to be. I don't know, this card is really good against Temple, Castle, Deafening Clarion, Nomad. I didn't come here to not make spicy plays, so let's keep this entire hand on the strength of Deafening Clarion and see where we go. And that's going to be the problem, is if this guy gets out of control. But last game he didn't even do anything with his Flourishing Fox until he had 3 mana, or I guess he had 2 mana, but he didn't do anything. If he's stuck, you got a shot. This prevents us from playing any of the lands in our hand that aren't Table of Passage and accidentally misclicking. Don't have a land, nice. Alright, I'm just going to do this now, because if I don't, I probably lose the ability to do it later. We can have a couple elements with Yorion. It's a good draw. I don't care about that card when we have Omen of the Sun. I think I'm going to want to hold Progress and Triumph. Just want to get this Table of Passage out of here. I could have probably done Steam Vents there, but I kind of want to take any measure possible to stop drawing lands, so. Does he smell Omen of the Sun? He does. To be mana efficient this turn, I want to Birth of Meletus. Plus, if we don't cast Birth of Meletus now, there's a chance we don't get these planes out of our deck. Just pass. And we could also get 2 walls out of it this way with the Yorion Liquor if we really want to go that path. He has 3 cyclers and a quadruple block and they get blown out. I think I'm okay just doing this. Alright, so now we omen. Okay, that was the worst draw on our deck. I think we're still going to Yorion here just because it gives us so much board presence. Play this. I'm probably going to cycle Triome next turn. This guy's been paying attention to this deck. He might be able to deduce that I have a plains in my hand, but hard to say. He's a 4 mana, and it is a 3/3 right now. So I really need to just like jam everything in front of this and hopefully have it live. Could just chump block this thing forever. I think that's probably better. That takes less chances. Like now, if I draw Teferi or something, I can rebuy a Yorion. Like get a million more tokens in play. And I have Wraths in my deck. He does not. So. Alright, so let's get a wall. I'll make a castle here. Okay, I'm gonna cycle. Yeah, so especially with Castle Ardenvale, we can sit here forever. If he wants to attack with stuff, I think I'm fine to start racing him, honestly. We can block Flourishing Clocks until cows come home. Unless he has some way to give it trample, which I don't believe is the case. And I do want to cut this guy off of being able to like double Zenith Polaris or whatever. And limiting the amount of cards he can see is gonna facilitate that. Thankfully this only triggers once a turn. Down a little bit. Dude. Alright, now we're going to play Plains and cycle Triome as well as make a guy. So we're in the range of being able to get double Zenith flared, so I might have to sacrifice an omen to dig for Wanderer a little bit harder. Cycle this. Alright, I'm gonna get one of these out of here. Okay. Or I can make a 5/5 shark. That'll put him on. Clock after this. We've only got 2 Wanderers in the deck. I don't think trying to dig for Wanderer necessarily is what's going to keep us in this game. Let's do it. Do it this way, because if we have to 4/4 shark with that, that's close. And if we omen and we see something we want more, we're gonna do that first. We don't want that. Now we can temple. That. I think here we have to sit back for 1 turn. We attacked 4 to 17, put a 4/4 token into play, doesn't quite kill him. We attack with Yorion, then we're gonna take I block here, 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 here. I'm going to take 2 damage down to 5. Yeah, he can't make any other blockers, so alright. We're gonna see what happens here. I think we're probably losing this game, but can't win them all. Shocked, huh? Alright, is he just like trying to force my hand so we can Zenith Flare? You know, if he has it, he has it. I'm just gonna let him get away with it if he does. I don't have any way to stop him, so. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, well. Just did not have the tools to play around that. Like, drawing a Birth of Meletus is an absolute dead card at that point. Did not help matters. So maybe I'm supposed to trim some of that card, but I mean, I don't know. That was just kind of variance. Alright, so what did we learn today? Alright, so let's get to where we can see everything. So I guess we only boarded in 2 Wanderers. I think that's probably pretty telling, actually. We didn't even want a 3rd one there. Somehow we were forced to spend a Deafening Clarion on Flourishing Fox, and then did not draw another Wrath for the rest of the game. We didn't see very much library manipulation to speak of. It was like cost efficient. So, I'm not sure. I almost feel like I want to cut a Typhoon and an Agent of Treachery for something, but I just feel like you don't need to like go super max out hard on Agent of Treachery, which is why I cut down the 4th copy. But also, these just like seem to come into our hands at points that were super awkward a lot of the time. Like whether it's in the opener or in like the top 3 cards after drawing our opener, you know, whatever. It's just kind of awkward. And we don't have a way to ditch cards in hand for other cards. Maybe what I want to do is take 2 of those out and put like 2 Fire Prophecies in. Can't type. Bring a couple of these in, because then, like, this allows us to mitigate some of these like super funky draws where we're opening with like 5 drops and 6 drops in our hands. Just did 5 or more mana. So maybe this is the call. I mean, we've been playing against a lot of freaking creature decks, and in the couple of streams I've done prior to this, it feels like it's been less so. I know Mono Red has been making a little bit of a comeback, so seeing a couple copies of that today is not unexpected. This will give us a little bit more equity in that matchup. And this card is just so damn slow right now. I really like this card, but I might even cut 2 copies of it, to be honest. Like the Teferi matchups where you really want this card, or like Flash or whatever, I just have not been running into those. Or if I'm playing against a Teferi deck, it just hasn't really even mattered all that much. Like I can craft a game plan around something else to deal with it. It's not like I need to be making a 2/2 or a 3/3 shark to fight Teferi. Most people aren't playing Teferi on 3, down ticking and leaving you vulnerable to a 1/1 shark. So let's start there. Let's do a couple copies of that, a couple Fire Prophecies. Part of me almost feels like I want to have like some more temples in here. Like there's so many games where we're either flooding out or on lands, like all these lands that only make like 1 color of mana. I don't really like Castle Vantress all that much. I don't think we ever need triple blue. I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna put a couple other temples in here. I definitely want 1 temple to lighten it. Maybe we just like split the difference and play a Temple of Triumph. This cuts our overall blue sources down by 1, but it gives us an extra red source, which sometimes we're hurting for. So we only have 1, 2, 6, 9, 13, 14, 18. I guess we got 22, but 22 out of 36 sources, so massively different in an 80 card deck. But this gives us a little bit more control over our draws just from our lands, and also prevents us from having situations where, like, there was one game a couple weeks, or not a couple weeks, but a couple streams ago where I wanted to Birth of Meletus and cast at the time I had the red Omen of the Forge. I wanted to cast both of those things, but I only had like a Temple of Epiphany, or no, it was, I'm sorry, a Sacred Foundry. It was Sacred Foundry, Island, Castle Vantress in my hand. So if I had to choose one or the other, I couldn't do both. But if either of those islands had been some other dual land or something like that, I think we would have been in really good shape. So I like that change. I don't know that... So if we cut down Agent, I probably want to cut a Lukka as well. Are we just like diluting the deck too much at that point? No. I kind of feel like... I don't care what LSV did. I want the 4 Shatter. Especially now that we have Prophecy, we can pick it off, or pick it out from our hand and shuffle it away if it comes down to that. It only hits creatures, which is unfortunate. But I mean, we'll have our own creatures too at some point if we like absolutely have to tag one of ours to hurt this, like in the control matchups or something. I mean, when this goes off, it freaking goes off. So maybe it's fine. Things. I'm still looking at these Shark Typhoons card. Just don't know that you have time for this crap anymore. And against so many small ball aggressive decks. Yeah, I almost want it's like more library manipulation. It kind of feels like where I'm struggling the most. This like is kind of that, but it's so card or a mana inefficient. Like 3 mana to cycle and get a token, and like I don't think I would ever want to cycle this for mana. We want like maybe a couple of 4 mana Narset. This can draw us cards, act as removal, give us some mana acceleration into like Lukka or whatever. Card draw, it's a little bit of removal. It allows us to like throw this kind of crap away in the matchups where it's not good. So I don't know. Like, let's see, playing against a lot of small creature decks, like ramp decks, they prevent that stuff from happening. And the more of this kind of stuff that we end up cutting, the worse her minus ability gets, because like damage is kind of the flashpoint for a lot of the stuff, like shifting Ceratops and questing Beast and things of that nature are a little difficult. It's fine. A little difficult for this deck to kill outside of Shatter. Maybe we just got a Lukka and call it a day, because like we've played against Grafdigger's Cage tonight, which is a card that is specifically designed to cut this card down. And we can engineer a game plan around it with Teferi to, keep that from totally locking us out of the game. But if our opponents are smart, they'll just play out multiple Grafdigger's Cages, unlike what our previous opponent did. He just played the one and pitched another to the Cavalier. I'm not saying that was the wrong move necessarily, but he could have had 2 in play and just like completely prevented us from doing anything with Lukka. We'd have to have back-to-back Teferis on the same turn that both had the ability to bounce it. So I think this card is getting targeted pretty hard right now, and understandably. I mean, this deck is still, if it's not the ubiquitous best deck in the format, it's still seeing a lot of play, and it's still right up there in Tier 1. I mean, if you listen to the Arena Decklist podcast, they're still giving this a thumbs up, and other stuff like Temur Rec and the cycling deck that we played against, they're giving those thumbs down. People are prepared for them now. And even though people are prepared for this deck, in an expected metagame, people are just still losing to it, which happens. Certainly happens. But how do we feel about this setup? We've got agents, cutting down 1 Lukka. We've had a lot of games where we've had multiple Lukkas that have not been that great. Not a lot of reason to exile creatures right now, at least in sense of a small spell like Fire Prophecy is concerned. Like, I'd rather play Fire Prophecy over Scorching Dragonfire. Because like most of the sacrifice decks still just have a way to get the stupid thing off the table anyway, if they want to prevent you from exiling it. So on the off chance that we can tag something with Fire Prophecy and fix our hand a little bit, I think that's probably better at this moment. Got a lot of Wraths in the entire deck. The Sun has been good, but not like fantastically awesome. But I think we'd probably keep it. pretty good with Yorion, just getting your value there. We could maybe go down one Omen of the Sun to an Omen of the Forge. If we're a little less on this interaction, this would give us a thing that we can play to like tag just some random planeswalker. Also, get our value with Yorion, and can toss it to Scry if we absolutely need to. Better against the control decks in that regard. Maybe we'll try it. So now we've got a few more removal spells in the deck to fight against these aggressive decks that we've been running into a lot tonight. Still keeping the sideboard as is. Because of the fact that we're playing an 80 card deck, I think we want to have just a higher density of Wraths than you would normally want to use in a 60 card deck. So 7 Wraths plus the 5 spot removal spells, plus Elspeth Conquers Death and Teferi Bounce. I think that gives us enough ways to keep stuff under control, so we're going to keep it like that. Still got the vetoes and the disputes for things like the mirror match. Wanderer is going to come in against Wreck if we ever play against it, and I think I'm supposed to sideboard all 3 in against the cycling match. So we're playing that matchup again. We're going to board in the following cards: Deafening Clarion, the Wanderer, Dream Trawler. We're going to take out Agents of Treachery, Narset Parter of Veils. Need to cut 2 cards somewhere else, probably the Shark Typhoons. Those have been the least impressive. I guess we can leave one of those cards and probably leave in like 1 Narset, I guess. Narset is actually okay against the cycling deck though, now that I think about it. But it's not good if you're behind. And I think having Wraths is almost just as good, because all their cycling crap doesn't matter if they don't have anything in play to show for it. And as long as you can close the door on Zenith Flare with the Wanderer, then you don't have to worry about that. I think just keeping 1 Narset on the off chance you can get a little bit of value in the mid or late game, buy it back with Elspeth Conquers Death, things of that nature, be fine. Probably a similar game plan against all these Obosh decks. Bring in Clarions, Trawlers, take out Agents of Treachery, 2 Narsets. Difference being now we have 3 more spot removal spells in the main deck that we'll be able to keep that can help us. Those should also help keep these stupid Elementals decks down. Like, that was a curveball today that I wasn't expecting to play against. Like, being able to pick off Risen Reef or Kahiga or whatever the 3/2 companion white-green guy is, be able to keep that off the table. Clean up an Omnath with any triggers on the stack with Fire Prophecy. But yeah. Alright, well, I don't want to sit here and ramble for too much longer. I appreciate everybody that came in to hang out in the chat. Any of you left over from the raid that MTG Joe D did at the start of the stream, appreciate you hanging out with me this long. Checked in and out. Thanks for keeping tabs on me. I think I'm going to be streaming a little bit more Arena tomorrow. Probably done with it for today. Want to get some other things going. Stream. Need to eat some food. But yeah, if you're here for Magic content, look forward to some of that tomorrow. If you want to see some other stuff, tune back in later tonight. I'll be making posts on my personal Facebook, if you know me there, as well as my Twitter page, which you can find down in the description. That's at Canman87Gaming, just as it is here. YouTube is just Canman87, youtube.com/Canman87. I have been uploading most of my streams on there just to try and flesh it out with a little bit of content, so hopefully if you want to see some Magic there, you'll have a few options to go to. At the moment, it's all been Jeskai Lukka, so if you're tired of this deck, go somewhere else, I guess, for the moment until we can get some other content on there. But yeah, like I said, I'll announce on Twitter when I'm coming back in tonight. Shooting for 8 o'clock, might push it to 9 if I need to, but I will let everyone know. Enough of my rambling. Thanks again for tuning in. Sorry to display a bit of a mixed bag with our results today. We did get up into platinum, which is nice. Been weird. Definitely weirder than gold this season. But yeah, I mean, it's been entertaining at least. I think the games are certainly more interesting when there's some back and forth and I'm not just, either stomping them or getting crushed on the way back. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I will see you all later, whether that's tonight or tomorrow.